Pleased to be joined now by the one, the only, the legendary, the internationally famous, famous all over this world and whatever worlds are out there. It is Dallas Cowboys cornerback Trevon Diggs. Trevon, thank you so much for joining us at Blogging the Boys.
Thank you.
What did you have for lunch today?
It ain't lunchtime yet, but I had pizza for breakfast.
You had pizza for was it like a breakfast pizza, or was it like a normal pizza that you just happen to have for breakfast?
Domino's.
Okay. Well, the last question on this: what was the topping?
Domino's in the air fryer. Fire.
Oh, dude, that's a really clutch move right there. Like, I remember when I was younger, you're obviously a lot younger than I am, but I used to throw it in the oven. Like, that's before air fryers were a little bit more popular. Now you just throw it in like 5-7 minutes and it's crispy once again. That's a vet move. Well done. You like orange juice? Like, you make it an actual breakfast meal, or just straight up pizza for breakfast?
Straight up pizza.
All right. I have a lot of football questions that I want to get to with you. But before I do, I want to talk about why you're joining us. You are here. Why don't you tell us? I mean, this story really needs to be told in your own words, Trevon. Please tell us why you're here today.
I want you to ask the question.
Well, I mean, so there's one way to go about this. So your partnership is with SAXX, SAXX. And so that's clearly a play on words here. You are a chief ball officer. This is the copy that I've been given. This is exactly what is told to me. You are in a commercial with your brother, Stefon Diggs, the best wide receiver in the NFL that doesn't play for the Cowboys, obviously. And you guys are teammates in this capacity. You are ambassadors. You are officers. And this is November. Today, we're recording this on November 15th. It's Men's Health Awareness Month. SAXX is all about ball care, and the brand is donating $10,000 to the Testicular Cancer Foundation if you have an interception or your brother scores a touchdown on Thanksgiving Day. How cool is this to be a part of with your brother specifically?
I think it's really cool. I think it's amazing just us being able to come together with something, Although we couldn't get him on Cowboys, we're not playing on the same team. We're doing something together right now, So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty unique. It's been fun, just enjoying it. The underwear is super comfortable, like really, really comfortable. The ballpark pouch is amazing. I'm about to start wearing them under my football pants because they're that comfortable.
Like during games?
Yeah, during games for sure.
So SAXX's underwear, that's what this is. And again, the name, whatever, chief ball officer, everybody gets all this stuff. It really is comfortable. And that's like, this would not work if you were like a defensive tackle or your brother was like an offensive lineman. You know what I mean? Like, it works really well for the brand that you're a DB and he's a wide receiver. You know what I mean?
It's perfect. It works. It works well. It's perfect.
I know you guys are asked about each other a lot. Like all the time, any interview I hear you do. When was the last time you were on a team? Because you're on the same team here with SAXX. Like, what was the last, like, whether it was football, basketball, like, when was the last time you were on an actual team? You had the same uniform together?
When we were in Vegas playing Floyd Mayweather in basketball.
That's a really cool story. Not a lot of people can tell a story like that.
And we won.
That's awesome. You are the best defensive back in the NFL. I speak for all Cowboys fans. You are very quiet with how you go about things. Where does that quiet confidence come from? Again, from afar, it seems like your brother's that way, but is that just who the Diggs guys are, that you don't feel like you need to talk? Your brother can get kind of emotional at sometimes. I feel like he's a little bit louder in celebrations than you are. Where does all that come from?
See, I've always been more of a quiet person. Like, I just like to do my job and just, just kill you with quietness and just execute, When I was a wide receiver, my favorite wide receiver was AJ Green. Like, I always, like, AJ Green was the guy, and he's just so quiet, so humble. He's just be chilling out there, just making plays, and I always thought that was pretty cool. So, when I was playing wide receiver, that's what I wanted to be like. And then, I guess it kind of carried over to defensive back. It's kind of like different. A lot of DBs are like, rah, 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 talk loud, showboat, all that. But me, I'm different. I'm trying to change the narrative to defensive back position.
There aren't a lot of people who would say AJ Green is their favorite receiver in the NFL. I think Alec Pierce said that when he was coming out in the draft this year, but he's from Cincinnati, right? Like, you went to Cincinnati, so that's a big reason why. You would think that you would maybe not like AJ Green these days. The whole Georgia Alabama thing, bit of a sore subject for you, I gotta imagine.
That's kind of tough, you know. But
That's
when I liked Adrian Green, when I was liking Adrian Green, Adrian Green was in college. Georgia wasn't really,
mhm.
you know, they wasn't really like. So it wasn't no issues. Georgia just became an issue.
Right. Look, Trayvon, I went to Texas A&M. I don't have a lot of room to talk when it comes to college football right now. So believe me,
Think
we're good.
y'all beat us when you had Johnny Manziel.
Look, it's okay. You know, we have our moments, and those are very special memories for me that I hold near and dear, and they get me through times like we're experiencing here in 2022. Do you remember your first interception in the NFL? Again, SAXX is donating $10,000 if you have one on Thanksgiving, but do you remember your first one?
Yeah.
Okay, it was against Philly, right? And I have to ask you a Philly question. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you a Philly question a little bit. Do you know the longest you've gone in a season since you recorded your first interception? Because you won a couple of games your rookie year before you had the two in that one game. Do you know the longest you've gone in one season without an interception?
No, I don't.
You've never gone in one straight season. You've never gone more than 2 games without an interception.
I think I'm going on 2 games now.
You are.
3.
So this would be
3.
the third. Yeah. You've gone 2 games in a row right now without interception. And I'm not, look, I'm trying.
They took my interception away versus Chicago.
I know. Believe me, I'm really upset about that. Like, that's stupid. Chauncey was robbed. You were robbed. Stupid. Whatever. You should have had that one on Justin Fields. Like, we're all in agreement on this. But you've gone 3 games in a row, but it was the end of your rookie season, or the end of last season and the first 2 games of this season. So I don't really count that. But this would be the first time since you recorded an interception in the NFL that you go 3 games in a row. I think you should end that. That's my personal opinion, especially because this week you have the Vikings and your streak ended last year in Minnesota.
Wow. Really?
Did you remember that because look, you were on fire last year and your streak ended in Minnesota on Halloween when Cooper Rush started. It's kind of Cooper's fault. Look, this is a big game. I mean, this is everybody was talking McCarthy last week, Packers, et cetera, et cetera. But this is a really big game. The Vikings are 8-1.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the team to beat. Like, they look so good on film. Like, they look amazing. Justin Jefferson is going crazy. Kirk Cousins is going crazy. That defense is holding up. So this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a fun one.
Well, you picked off Kirk in the Pro Bowl when you did the weird flip thing. You don't have to do that this week. Just do it normal. Just normal interception's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Do you feel that way though? Like you said, this is the one. Just like, and I'm not trying to take away respect from Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins, but do you say that every week to yourself, or do you really feel like this is the one? Like, this is the team right now?
Yeah, I feel like they're the team. They're the team to beat.
Do you feel like, because let's say obviously we're rooting for you to win on Sunday. Do you feel like, man, next week got to turn around, play the Giants? Like, this next week and a half is an intense 10-day stretch you're about to go through.
I like fast. Like, let's go, let's play. Because we're in the flow of things. It's not as bad as people make it seem. Like, we're in the flow of things. I like that.
So
I hate coming out the bye.
Really?
I hate it.
Even though you entered the bye on such a high note, even though you should have had the interception, but like, everything was great over the bye, and you're saying you don't like it. Like, what's the difference?
It's just like, you gotta, like, it's not necessarily starting over, but it's like you coming out, you ain't play, so it's like you kind of like reset and refocus, get everything back in line. People still may have like that little bye week feeling, that bye week vibe, but I feel like now everybody good. Like, we needed that to like get back on track, So I feel like that Packers game didn't happen to us; it happened for us.
That's a really interesting perspective, and a lot of people look at sports that way, right? Like, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but we needed that loss, or people saying today the Eagles needed that loss, needed to get humbled. Do you feel like it helps like you're not going to win every game, right? Like that. Look, we want you to, but it's not going to happen. Like, do you feel like these are learning opportunities? You can take it, and as frustrating as it was, that it's a good thing in some ways.
Yeah, I feel like this is it was a learning. Hello. Yeah, I feel like this was a learning experience. Like, very much so a learning experience.
What did you learn?
Defense, or what did I learn? You want me to tell you defense perspective? Defensively, we gotta do better with the run. Like, we have to be able to stop the run, or teams is gonna keep running the ball on us. I feel like that's the main thing right now. I know like they put the ball in there and we turn into like a passing game. We're gonna be great shape. We got pass rushers, we got defensive back, intercept the ball, like we got everything going for it. But we're never gonna get to that unless we stop the run. So I feel like our main thing should be stopping the run. Like we gotta stop the run. Teams are gonna keep running the ball. And they got a running back that could run the ball really, really good. So we gotta make sure we stop the run this week for sure.
That makes sense. I know Micah said that too, and McCarthy said that, right? Like, and it makes sense, right? Like, why not do something that teams have done successfully? That there's never been like a thing there is right now. People are saying, well, the Cowboys can't stop the run, whatever. That has not been the case at least since Dan Quinn took over. You guys have just been elite at everything. What do you think is the biggest difference from last year to this year? Not in a negative way, but what feels different today than it felt this way a year ago?
I don't really think nothing feels different, honestly. I just feel like it's just us just not executing. We beat ourselves. They didn't do nothing special to beat us. Like we gave up a couple of explosives. Like they didn't do anything like to beat us. We literally beat ourselves. Little things like just little stuff. That we can clean up and we can fix, and we're gonna be all right. So I'm not worried. I just know what we have to do. So just me knowing that, me being a leader on the team, I gotta make sure that we do that. I'm gonna put it on me. I'm gonna put it on the older guys. Make sure that we get that done.
That happened really fast that you're a leader. Like I mentioned your first interception. That feels like yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, does it feel like that? Like this is year 3. Like you're eligible for a new deal next year. Like I can't imagine you're not thinking, or that people you work with aren't telling you that or thinking that. I mean, like life moves fast.
Yeah, no, 100%. I try not to pay attention to that. Like one thing Saban always told me was, you create value for yourself by what you do on the field. All the extra stuff, like contracts and just like, all that stuff can come after. As long as you do what you do on the field, everything gonna take care of itself. So, I try not to think about that. I just try to focus on one play at a time, one practice at a time, one game at a time. Where am I putting the best stuff on film? So that just be my main concern.
You mentioned what Coach Saban told you, and that sticks with you. What's the one thing your brother? I mean, I imagine he's told you a lot of things, but like, what's the one thing you think about a lot? Whenever things are tough or things are good or whatever. What's the one thing you just kind of go back to?
My little boy. Just think about my little boy. Because he look up to me so much. Like he want to be just like me. So, I got to respond. I got bigger responsibility in this football, like, I'm a father at the end of the day. I got to set a good example. I don't want my kid just to remember me as like this amazing football player. I want him to remember me as like a great dad.
That's really cool. My son is turning 1 on Thanksgiving Day when you guys host the Giants, and it's been an incredible year. In the relationship you have with your son is really cool, and obviously everybody is so well aware of it. I have to imagine that changes life for you as a parent, that like your kid is so famous and so loved by so many people. It's got to be a good time to be Trevon Diggs. I mean, you have a lot of support, and I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
My last thing, I have to apologize to you, Trevon. I do not like, and I thought it was stupid, that the NFL allowed players like you to wear numbers in the single digits. I'm just a traditionalist. I'm a purist. I hate it. I hate it because I know it happens in college, whatever, but I hate that you go up against a receiver who wears number 7. That's stupid to me. I don't like it. However, I don't really love Micah in 11, if I'm being honest. He's great. You can do whatever he wants, but 7 looks good. Like you made it work. You're the one person who makes me cool with it. So for that, I apologize. You've had a lot of numbers though. Like I think that you were 31 originally. That gets forgotten.
Yeah, definitely was 31. 31, 27, then 7. 7
Why
my
7?
favorite.
Like why is it your favorite? It's a very popular number, but why for you?
I just feel like you put the 7 on, it forces you to be elite. Like all the elite people wear 7. Cristiano Ronaldo, Kevin Durant, Michael Vick, and hopefully I can be in the talks of elite, and people be like Trevon Diggs.
Wow, you mentioned Ronaldo. I'm a United fan, so that's a tough subject right now. Actually, I lied. This is my last one. For our video audience, I'm wearing I have a Houston Astros hat behind me. Obviously, they won the World Series. I've seen you wear an Astros hat before. You're a very fashionable person. Are you an Astros fan, or is it just a fashion thing?
It's a fashion thing.
Wow. I saw J-Ron Curse wear an Astros hat. What's going on here? You guys got to pick a side here. Either you're a fan or you're not. What's going on?
I'm gonna start watching baseball.
Then who's your team? Pick a team right now.
Right now,
might as well pick the Astros. I mean, why not? You have the hat.
I got a couple baseball hats.
That's true.
If I was a team right now, it'd be the Nationals.
The Nationals. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Is there a reason? I mean, I guess for you, I guess that makes sense for you, but I mean, still, like, I mean, look, fine. Like, I don't like the Nationals as an Astros fan. They beat the Astros in the World Series, so like, I'm obligated to hate them. But that's fine. Whatever, Trevon. That's cool. Whatever. All right. So on Thanksgiving Day, SAXX going to donate $10,000. Again, if you have an interception or your brother scores a touchdown, do you think one or both are happening?
Both.
Okay. Well, so we know that you're going to get an interception on Sunday because you're not going to go 3 games in a row. That doesn't happen to you in your NFL career. So that's back-to-back games for you, then interception. Look at you.
Let's do it.
The 7's going to look great in the throwback uniforms next week. I promise you, it's going to look incredible. When you put it on, you're going to feel powerful. I believe it. Trevon Diggs, SAXX chief ball officer. Is there a design that you recommend us to get here? Because you said they're super comfortable. That was awesome.
Go plain or stripes.
For the podcast audience, Trevon literally, I think, checked himself. Yeah, thanks for the advice, Trevon. Best of luck the rest of the season. Wish you health, wealth, happiness, and go win the Super Bowl.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Happy holidays.